Hey y'all, it's your girl Madea Shakel and I'm back with another video. Yes, today we're doing a sit down mukbang. As you can see, we have CAVA in the back. I just walked in the house from my audition and we're gonna talk about a lot of different things here. I'm gonna give you tips and instructions on what you need to have if you wanna be an actress in this industry. Cause it is not a game and I got a lot to say about y'all in the media. All right, I'm sorry. I have a lot to say about y'all. Today, I witnessed some things that I said, And I was also flawed too in that. So let's sit down and chat. Correction, not only an actress, because today wasn't even an acting audition. Today was an open call for singing and potential dancers. Either way it goes, you're gonna need to have these things. So let's get to it. Let's touch up the makeup. This is gonna be a long one, but I really wanna make this quick. Truth is, today was a wild one. You wanna know why? Because when it comes to open calls, if you didn't know, that simply means standing outside in a line for X amount of hours until it's your turn. Yes. And the reason for that is because these are performers and entertainers who may not have an acting agent or manager. I want to get my phone because I want to give you guys definitions because for some reason you don't want to take me serious. So let me give you the facts. So let's get into the CAVA. Don't say it's disgusting. It's really good. I wouldn't steer you wrong. Don't you see this glow? Have at it. Okay. Ooh, phone's on 2%. I guess you're gonna have to listen to me today. Open call definition. Open call usually means a public invitation for anyone who fits the requirements to apply or audition without needing prior representation. That also means agent. Representation means agent, manager, someone that sends you in, someone that is supported from another angle that gives you a jump start kick. Got it? Okay. Connections or private invite. Exactly. In entertainment, acting, modeling, music, dance, etc., an open call audition is when casting directors let anyone show up to try out. So, anyone. Yeah. You don't need an agent or pre-approval. It's often first come, first served, and you might wait in long lines. And did we wait in a long line today? Yes, we did. How? Some of you may be wondering, oh, how are you telling us, shouldn't you have an acting agent or manager or I did plenty of times in my life. I actually resided, no, that's not the right word. First, what you're gonna wanna do is see what the audition is asking you to bring. So the first thing that they asked for was a headshot and resume and sheet music. Now, how you get all these things, keep watching. I have to show you guys everything so you can know it's real. Because then I'm gonna tell you how you can make everything even better. Because like I said, y'all was getting me tight today at them open calls. I just kept witnessing all the... Now me, I'm a little rusty right now because this is not what I do on a daily basis anymore. And I'm gonna get back into it, but not like this. So first, you need sheet music to go along with the song of choice. This particular audition asked to sing a standard pop or R&B song. They did not want to hear musical theater because they hear that shit all day long. And they just probably wanted something fun, you know what I mean? So, here we are. Sheet music, boom. You're gonna get yourself a binder. This is a very flimsy, cheap one. Get a better binder than this, but get a binder because you want one that has folders so you can really just keep everything you need together. I'm gonna link a binder that I would advise you to get down below, okay? So, you're gonna get a binder and your sheet music is gonna go in the middle. The point of this is so that when the pianist has their thing set up, they can easily flip through the pages while you're singing. Boom. Because their hands are going to be occupied, so they need to be able to go You understand? Okay. Where can you buy sheet music? I use musicnotes.com. The reason for that is because depending on the song that you choose, you may feel comfortable singing it in a different key. So you need an official website that can give you different arrangements to match the key that you choose. Musicnotes.com is amazing because it also gives you a sample of what it sounds like so you can really know if that's the right key for you. A lot of times we want to sing songs that we can't sing, but we know we would body it if it was a higher key or a lower key. So musicnotes.com is perfect. Yes, you do have to pay for it, but honestly, if this is the life that you want to live, if you want to start going on auditions, it's a great investment. It's not a lot of money. I think it's $14 for the year and then $5 and some change per song. So you decide how much you want to do. If this is a one and done, then just pay the $5. But if you want to have sheet music for yourself and you want to practice different songs, just get the year bundle because you'll always have access to getting music. And like I said, the range and the keys are available to you. So yes, sheet music is in here, and all the songs that you want to sing, you can just have them in here so you're prepared. So say you want to sing an R&B song, you already got that in here because you're like, ooh, I sang R&B that's time. Oh, they want musical theater? Oh, I have a musical theater song. You know what I'm saying? So build your catalog of music. When I was a child, I wish I had it with me. I've moved so much. My things are back in Massachusetts with my grandparents, but I had a binder that I really designed out, and it had all my little decorations in the front, everything I loved. You know, make it you because this is your book. This is your music. Okay? I think I covered the music part. Moving on, headshots and resumes. Keep watching. But first, let's take a bite. Okay, moving on, headshots and resumes. Now, I did say I was flawed today, right? Okay, I can be honest, but I'm gonna tell you how to do it better than me. I want you to be greater than me. It was an off day for me. You know, when you build the resume up, you could back it up. You know, I knew that it wasn't how I wanted it to be, but listen, I went to an audition today that I didn't even need to. If I wanted to walk in with nothing, it probably would have worked out. You feel me? Okay? All right, so this is what you're gonna need. So this is my headshot. This is not the picture I use. Well, this is the picture I use, but this is not the one I use because they printed it and my head was cut off. You know what? This is perfect. You want to be detailed about all these things. All the little details matter. Not because you're trying to impress them. Yes, you are, but it's not the ultimate thing because you want to impress yourself. You want to represent you good. Why would I want to give them a picture with my head cut off? Okay, I can talk myself up and say, you know, this is the only thing that matters. But no, let's get the whole thing right. Let's do it right. Let's do it right, okay? You want to put that intention into your packaging because it's important. It shows that you care. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't think you guys get it because we let ourselves go a little too much, you know? Yes, we can make up for it in other ways, but if you can control it, do your best to make it phenomenal. So I had them reprint this because why is my head not at the top? Simple. Big shot or low shot. Why is my head not at the top? Treat yourself like you're special. This is you. This is your resume. Okay? You have the right. And it's you. So, what you're going to want to do is get your headshot. You can get this done at any printing shop.
And just to be clear, I mean to print, not to take your photo. If you want a really good photographer, hashtag headshots in your city. And you pick what you like.
Personally, I like to use FedEx. It's simple, it's easy, and it's down the street. I can walk there. Yes, simple, easy. I like their paper. You got different options, and it's standard. It's perfect. I think it does what it's supposed to do. There are companies that are strictly for headshots, but that's also an investment. If you're willing and wanting to do that, go for it. But you're going to get yourself a picture, okay? And I believe it's supposed to be an 8x10. They said this was 8x10, but this was not how FedEx prints. Every printing machine is different. Like I said, go to FedEx. If you got a FedEx, just go to FedEx. If you got Staples, I guess I don't go to Staples. So I'm telling you where I go. Go to FedEx. Okay? So you're going to get an 8x10, but you're not even going to need to say that because they're going to just do it. And your resume is going to be stapled onto the back of your headshot. Okay? They've been doing that like that for years. Get your headshot and say, this is my resume. You're going to staple it to the back. And this is why I had an issue. This is why you go to FedEx. Because where I went, this is why I created a problem. You see how my picture is smaller than this paper? I don't like that. I'm very detailed. And you need... do what you want to do. But if you want to be great, follow my instructions. So, the picture the size I like to use, I want my to be equivalent to my headshot. When I go to FedEx, I don't have this problem. The photo is already lining up with regular printing paper. So, yes, today I had to do what it had to do, but it's not what I wanted. So, you get what I'm saying? Boom, staple here, staple here, staple here. That's how it works. And then you're good to go. They're going to ask for your headshot. You got that? Boom, they take that, and you got your sheet music. These are the two things that you're going to need when you're going on these open calls and whatever else they ask for. But this is the standard stuff when it comes to, musical theater or just theater period and whatever else. Okay? You're going to always need this for TV, film, commercial, theater. This is sometimes. But make sure you have both because you want to do it all, right? You want to be an entertainer, right? Okay. Now, that may be that wraps up everything. Let me give you guys some more details. Because we keep missing these parts. You want to, when you print this out too, if you have a printer at home, cool. If you're going to go to Staples or wherever, ask for a hole puncher. Get this in there. Make it easy for the pianist. You know what I'm saying? You want to think about every scenario. That's how you really become great. You think about everything around you, not just you. You first, but then everything else. You get me? It makes the experience easy and it flows. And you walk out feeling satisfied. Yes. Amen. Now, to the nitty gritty about these open calls and what you might want to bring with you just for your sake. Have water. Yes. Have water. Oh my God. Because you're gonna be in those lines for a long time. Don't drink juice. Don't drink Gatorade. Don't drink none of those things. Get water. Stay hydrated. I'm sorry I'm being mean to you. But you have to know these things. Okay? What else do you need? Have some snacks, little snacks. You want to be light, but you want something to snack on. Peanuts, sunflower seeds. If you want fruit snacks, but something little, not something little. If you got a little container, if you get hungry, have a little thing. But have some snacks on you and stay hydrated. You may even want to bring a foldable chair depending on how big this thing is. And if I were you, don't try to guess how big you think the turnout's going to be because you'll be surprised. So if you have a folding chair, bring it. Why not? If you think you can stand the rain, go for it. Make sure you check the weather. You may need an umbrella. You don't know. So be prepared. Now what? Wear comfortable shoes. I wore 6-inch heels today. Not smart, but I'm a pro, so I did what it does. What else do you want to do? For the ladies, make sure you got your touch-up makeup and things like that. If you have a little mini fan, that's another great thing to have. Take care of you. Think about what you're gonna need while you're out there. Okay? Don't say, "Oh, I'll be all right." You will. But when you get in that room, you don't want to look like you just hopped off the plane and you're just like, "I'm here." You know what I'm saying? Because it'd be like that. Hygiene. I think those are all the things when it comes to necessities. Now let's talk about etiquette. After another bite of this food. Just a side note. The reason I'm making this video is because, one, I want to put my energy somewhere that is productive, and for me, that is YouTube. But what's your purpose? What's my purpose? And I realize I am not a fan of showing off my own life. Unless it's filmed in third person, then you actually get to see the reality of my life. How does that help you? You know what I mean? So I decided to make this video about how you can get started wherever you are, because I want to teach. I want to be able to educate people and feel like they're walking away with something. You may not like me, but I want you to learn from me. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to learn, period. I want you to grow. So that's why I'm making this video. That's really the point. You know, it's really not hard. It's just a lot of gatekeepers. It's a lot of gatekeepers, but it's not hard. You just have to do it. Okay, moving on. We're back. It's getting a little hot in here. Shall I? Hey, y'all. Okay. I should have been filming the video like this the whole time. This is for only the people that stay to watch. You don't get to see me looking cute from the beginning of time because you don't deserve it. Not you, but them, whoever. All right? I'm not here to impress. I'm here to express. And if I look good and you like it, thank you. Anyway, what am I saying now? We're supposed to be talking about etiquette at these auditions. All right? I was slightly irritated today. The weather had a lot to do with it, but even still, it brought it to the forefront even more. And I experienced this with American Idol too, because American Idol has the same culture as open calls. Because truth be told, open calls are normally people who don't have any representation or perhaps much experience. And it's I'm not saying no experience. I'm saying much experience in a professional world, because that changes the way you perform. You know what I'm saying? You could be a great dancer at home, but if you take that dancing skill and go to Juilliard, you're going to be a professional, right? And not everybody has gone to a Juilliard, you know, a form of that. And there are levels to this. And it's just being honest. I want to get us back to a place where we're honest about where we are. Not pretending, because then that sets you up to be mad when somebody else has a little bit more credentials than you, because you don't want to admit that you have more to learn or grow, or that you want to learn something. You do want to learn. So listen up. Okay. No talking. It's that simple. No talking. No talking. I know we live in a day and age of networking and, you know, kumbaya, and that's cool. But keep it to a minimum. Keep it low and keep it intentional. Side banter, side conversation, unnecessary talking, cracking jokes. Leave it. Leave it at home. This is not the time or the place. At the end of the day, this is an audition. You try to beat everyone in this line. That's how I did it. In 2009, I auditioned for The Lion King when I was only 8 years old. I had the discipline to know, shh, because that's what they taught us. Back in the day when they really was training people, when we really wanted it bad back then, no talking. Because how can you listen if you're talking? You might miss something, because what happens in these open calls, there are people that come down and give loud announcements. And because there's so many of you, and because it may be outside, you gotta listen. You gotta be eyes and ears all the time. Not freaking out, but just alert. And when that's not going on, you should be reciting your lines, going over your music in your mind, maybe saying a prayer, centering yourself, just locking in, thinking about what would it be like if I got this role? What would it look like? Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we do this thing about not getting our hopes up, but it's not about hopes. It's just about imagining and putting yourself in the space to win. Because if you don't win here, you're going to win somewhere else. So you need to be in that mindset. You think people, when they're about to go play football for the NFL, for the championship, for the Super Bowl, they talking it up, just talking, wasted energy? No, they're locked in. So that's what you need to be too. Now, I'm not saying be a hard ass, but sometimes it can be excessive. And for me today, it was excessive. I can't even lie to you. And that leads me to the part 2 of this etiquette. When you go on these auditions, decide if you want to go alone or who you're going with. Be careful about that. That's important. Do I need to say anything more? Okay. Three, create a boundary. Create a boundary. Let the energy around you know that you're not in the mood to speak. Not because you're mad, because you're focused. Lead by example, because they'll follow suit. You talk when you feel like it, but keep it quiet. Especially if it's for a singing audition. Let me tell y'all something. American Idol, them kids was talking it up. And I'm thinking, how is your voice gonna be okay with all this conversation? It's one thing to be talking so much because production is using you, or you're just talking because you want to make friends with Sally and Joe and Timmy and Bobby and Nikki and Mamie and Doodle and Doodle. No. Stop all the talking. It don't make you mean. It don't make you nothing. It makes you focused. It makes you locked in. This is a competition. You want to win, right? Jeez. Why is that such a problem that you guys want to fight me on that? Do your homework. Okay. Now, that was etiquette, the talking, the side conversation, what you should do to, lock in. Yeah, and I just say be patient. Just be patient. Wait your turn and keep it quiet. Just keep it low. Let the energy find you. You don't need to be in every conversation. You're not missing out on nothing. You're trying to get in the room, right? It's hot. I really think that's all for the video. That's all I really want to touch on. I think I told you guys about headshots, told you guys about resume, told you about sheet music, I told you about where you can get the sheet music. I'm gonna put a link to a lot of these different things, you know what I'm saying? What else? And stream Superficial Lover. Yeah. I love you guys. Be safe out there. And if you have any questions, send me an email of screenshots of agencies or auditions if you want to know if they're legit or not. Because there are a lot of people that are getting scammed out here. I've been hearing about scams since I was a child. I actually was almost scammed before my Lion King experience. I was signed to a modeling agency in Boston back in like 2006. And I went really far and they taught me things. But then there was a time where they said, we need this. And that's when we realized it was a scam. Later years down the line, I did some research and I found out that company was like a total fraud. So, been there, done that. I can tell you from a mile away what's not real and what's fake. Okay? I love y'all. Bye.